I'm going to pass around some, packages. Just take a look at the catalog. And what I want you to do is just find your favorite product real quick, okay? So we can talk about that while I clean up a little. Find that, okay? And so you found your favorite product. So Amy, why don't you tell me how you know our host Donna and what and where your favorite product is in the catalog?
Oh, me, Amy?
Yes, oh, sorry.
She lives in the same neighborhood as my friend Michelle.
Okay, so you guys met
At Michelle's camper chat party.
Okay. So what's your favorite product?
I think the deep covered baker is by far my favorite product.
Okay. What page is that on?
Pass the catalog along.
34.
34.
Okay.
That's
What
the
do you?
must-have.
Okay, you said you use it like almost what? How often do you use it?
I would say I cook 5 days a week. I probably use it 2 or 3 of those.
Okay. All right. So the deep carb bacon is on page 34. This is actually the page that has all kinds of combos on it. And remember, I'll tell you some more about it later, but you can get those for half price too, the whole set. Okay. So I just go around the room, have everyone introduce each other, and just find out their favorite product. That way, they can kind of sell it to each other. So after that, and I always have the host share their favorite product too. So after that, thank you all for sharing. I'm just going to tell you real quick a couple specials, and then you guys can go off to eat, okay? So there's 3 ways you can get our products tonight. One is just by, supporting Donna's party, and just purchase whatever you like. There's a couple specials actually this month. If you open your little folder, you'll see that with any $75 purchase, you can take any cookbook that's in the catalog for free, okay? So the $7 one, the $15 one, as long as it's $75 or more, you can pick any of those for free, okay? Now it is also Help with Cancer Month, which means we have 2 cute little items, a little kitchen brush and the grocery bags. If you decide to purchase any of these, I'll pass around this flyer. $1 of each product gets donated to the American Cancer Society. So that's something little that you can add on, but still, help with that cost. Okay? And then we do have a couple holiday items that I'll pass around there too. That there's different sets for $55 that you can look at and start thinking about the holidays. I know I didn't want to say it, but Christmas is around the corner. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And if you do decide to get that magic pot, the deep cover baker that we cook the chicken in, first of all, of course, you're going to get that cookbook for free that I told you about, whichever one you like. But you will also get 59 pages of recipes that I will email you. And you can, decide to put it in a binder like that, or you can just leave it on your computer. And if you have chicken and corn in your kitchen, just search for those 2 things, and it pulls up the recipes that match whatever you have at home. But there's anything in here from beef to pork, pasta, chicken, turkey, and tons of desserts. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that on the table, and you guys can look through it and let me know if you have any questions about that. So if you purchase that book, if you purchase the baker, you'll get this recipe book, and you can choose another cookbook on top of that. Okay. All right. The second way you can get our products is by doing what Donna did and just having a couple friends over for a quick party. And I know Donna booked Amy's party, right? So Amy, do you want to show them all the goodies you got? So we can talk about that a little bit. Just flip it out, but don't tell anybody, okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Teresa, what sticks out to you?
Free.
Free product. Just for having me in her home and for providing the ingredients, Donna gets $15 as a minimum of free product, okay? So that's just kind of to compensate for her providing the ingredients. But you can get up to, $200, $300, $400 in free. So if you're looking at the baker, have some couple friends over, that's easy for you to get for free, okay? Jess, what sticks out to you?
The booking benefits.
Okay, so Donna booked Amy, okay, at her party. So Amy actually gets to go on a 60% off shopping spree today too, because of that, okay? Jennifer, what sticks out to you?
Let's see here. The monthly special.
Okay, okay? So for October, if you look at your little, help me, whatever, package, yes. You'll see that you can choose a couple things or one item depending on your sales for 60% off. So if you're looking at the battle bowls we used today, you can get those two just for $11, okay? And that's the special I was talking about that Amy can still use at Donna's party, okay? So it keeps on saving. And there's different specials for different months. And if you decide to have a show before October 15, Pamper Chef will also give you a rigid baker for free. Now how's that? That's an extra $30 just like that, okay? So I would definitely think about one of those days. Okay, so we covered a couple things. You also get half price items, like I told you about the pots and pans, the knives, something a little bit more pricey. Don't pay full price for it. Just have a couple friends over, get it for half price. And of course, the host gets a discount on everything, okay? So the host does not pay full price for one single item. After you're free, after you have price, you get a discount on everything. How does that sound? That's pretty good, right? So 20-30% shopping spree discount. That's pretty nice, right? Okay. Host doesn't pay for shipping either, so that's, you know, great too. But thank you, Amy. Do you remember all the things you got? Did you get all the goodies? Did you have a nice shopping spree?
I did.
Okay. Also, about hosting a party, booking a party, I do have a little bowl here with my next 2 available dates, 1 and 2. And if you decide to book one of these dates, then you get to choose out of the bowl too. Okay? So just keep that in mind. I'll put that on the table so you guys can pick something out. And then one more way to get a product is by doing what I do. And I know you didn't, you know, come here today thinking, hey, I need a new job, I'm looking for extra income. But I wasn't thinking that when I went to my first party. And so, you know, I went to my first party, it was like 2.5 years ago. I just came here from Germany. My neighbor invited me to a party. I had no idea what Pamper Chef was. So that's where my accent is from, if you're wondering. I know some people always wonder about that. And I went there and I was like, wow, this is pretty easy, you know, to get something to get out there and kind of help me meet some people since I was brand new, never been to the States. And I've loved it ever since. But I don't want to say too much because I want you guys to ask me some questions about that as well. Okay, so how do you like free gifts and games? Okay, so I didn't bring the actual bag, but we can just pretend. I have 3 bags right here, and we're going to play a game, okay? This game is called Stealing Hearts. The way it works is I have 12 hearts right here, 12 cards, and you get a card for asking a question about hosting a party, you know, how do I get people to come, what do I need to provide, or any question about the business, you know, how much money do I make, how often do I work. So that's why I didn't want to tell you too much, because I want you guys to ask questions and be able to get some tickets. And you can end up, you know, with 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, but you need a card in order to participate, okay? So what was the name of the game? Okay, do you want me to play that? Okay. All right, so we want this to go quick so you guys can eat, right? All right, so here's the first question. Here we start.
How much money do you make?
I average about $100 per show. And so when you get started, you know, if you do like 1 show a week, you can earn about $400, okay? Right here is, I can leave this on the table too. As my first commission check, I did 3 shows and a catalog show, the 3 cookie show and a catalog show, and I made $313. You know, so you definitely can make your money back like right away. Okay, who has the next one?
So they can ask questions, you can just give me the card so that I don't catch you back.
Oh, okay.
Who's got the next question?
How often do you work?
I like to work 2 nights a week. I like to schedule it Mondays and Wednesdays just so I know my calendar, you know, it says Mondays and Wednesdays Pamper Chef. But it's up to you what you want to do, you know. If you want to do 1 show a month, you can do 1 show a month. If you just want to do 2 shows a month, you do 2 shows a month. Depending on how much you want to earn, how often you want to get out of the house, you know, how often you have a babysitter, how often the husband wants to watch the kids or has to watch the kids. I just tell him he has to. So this is something else that's great. You can just have, you know, your own schedule. So for me, Mondays and Wednesdays are my PC days. That's on the calendar. So for example, like Sunday's family time, so I won't do shows there. So you can just work it around your schedule, just whatever you want. Next one?
How much would this cost if I decide to join?
If you open your catalog on page 3, I think. No, yes, 3. There's 2 different kids, so it's as easy as, purchasing a kid tonight, and we'll just set up your first intro show, like your first day, just like booking a normal cooking show. There's two different kids. The big one is $159, and the small one is $80. And it depends. If you already have a lot, then I'll just go with the small one. If you just want everything, just go with the big one. It's up to you. I don't get commission of anything, but I still think the big one is just like the best deal. Okay. All right.
How do you get parties?
How do you get parties? I book Donna's party of Amy's party. So, every party, I book more parties and it just kind of keeps on going. And, like I have a sticker on my car. I was talking about the pampered chef. A lot of people, the economy, with the economy, a lot of people want to eat more at home and save money. So I find it actually really easy to talk to people about my business and trying to help them to save some money in the kitchen. We're not a luxury business, we are a necessity, so it's a lot easier for people to spend money on things like that than like jewelry or something. All right, next question?
Is there mandatory training?
There is no mandatory training. We do have monthly meetings and trainings, but it's not mandatory. But if you want to be successful, I do suggest to come to the meetings every now and then to just kind of be up to date and make some friends and things like that. All right.
Is there a quota?
There is not really a quota. The only thing you have to do in order to stay active is have one show, which is a minimum of 150 every 3 months. So depending on why you started this business, if you're thinking about I want to make $400 a month, then you're not even going to get close to that. If you're just doing it for the discount, just put in an order every 3 months. So it just depends what you want. All right, I've got a couple more.
Are there any benefits with Pamper Chef? Any extra benefits?
We do have, when you start, we do have a lot of incentives for you guys. You can earn, they're called so-called PC dollars, and you can use them towards supplies and things like that. So you don't have to spend any more money out of pocket after buying a kit. But, every month we earn like little gifts. You see this bracelet with the Apple Wedger. I just earned that last one just by going out 2 nights. Okay? So they like to spoil us a lot. Well, thank you all for asking the questions. So if you have more, you can ask me later, but we're going to play the game now. So the way this works is everyone who has a card, I'm going to call up your number, and you grab a bag, okay? Once the bags are gone, you just steal from each other, okay? So they play and they steal. And then pretty much I just tell you guys, I'm going to set up over here, a little checkout. If you have any questions, come see me. Whenever you're ready to order, just come over and I'll check you out. But for now, just grab some food and mingle with your friends. Okay?
Awesome. So full service checkout, what questions do you ask?
I have, I brought it, but I have this thing right here. And I put recruiting information, host packages, and recipe cards. And I ask, hey Amy, did you have a good time? Your first Pampered Chef party, that was pretty good, right? You seem very excited. Have you ever thought about doing something like this? Would you like some information? No? Okay, that's fine. Well, have you thought about just, getting some discounts and rewards and having your own cooking show? No? Okay. What about like a Facebook show? Just doing it online, inviting your friends, so you don't have to clean your house or anything? Sure? Yeah. Okay. So, here's a little host packet. Just add me when you get home, and we'll set up your event, and we'll go over that, okay? Now, if they say no, I don't want to have a party, I just ask them if they would at least like a recipe card, and I attach my business card to it, so when they go home, they can put it on the refrigerator, and at least they have my information on there. Now, what I've learned is, if you're trying to get them to set a date about having a party, you probably a lot of times they'll be like, oh, I don't know, I'll call you later, or just give me a call, and then you play phone tap, okay? After that's happened like 5, 6 times, you don't want to do that anymore. You're like, no. I need a date right now. So what I do is, I ask them, what works better for you, weekends or weeknights? For me right now, I'm just saying I'm doing shows Mondays and Wednesdays. My next available date is the 18th and 20th. Which one works better for you? they're like, oh, I don't know, you try and get them to date that night. If they say, I don't have my calendar, just say something like, well, let me give you my next available date, and then go home and see if that works, and we can always, just move you. But at least that way you know what day to look for and what day to ask your friends if they're available, okay? Instead of just asking them when, you're never gonna get them to all come at the same time. So that is really, for me, that's the one big lesson I learned after, 5 people telling me they're gonna call me and they never do, and then you play phone tag, and 5 days later they're not excited anymore and they've changed their mind. But once you date them, give them a host packet, send them a confirmation email, a little call the next day, and then just get them going.
Good. Any questions?